Hello, my beautiful Scorpios. Welcome to your November 2025 energy reading. And we got a lot to talk about, Scorpio. So let's just get into your reading. Please take what resonates. But the Nine of Swords is actually the main energy for your month. And this is a difficult energy. This is about feeling quite trapped. This is about feeling really overwhelmed in a situation. And then what's crossing you here, you have this Page of Cups, okay? And the Page of Cups can indicate that you might be dealing with someone that's very emotionally imbalanced, someone very clingy, someone that just doesn't have any regard for anybody else but themselves. Also, the Page of Cups can represent that maybe something that you truly wanted and desired just didn't happen. There could be that maybe you're dealing with something that has affected you in your younger years. But regardless, it's something that emotionally just doesn't feel good around this time. And what Spirit wants you to keep in mind is that, you have to strive for acting out of balance. And what I mean by that is, acting with a clear mind, right? Grounding yourself and seeing things for what they are. This is what Spirit wants you to focus on, is the energy of the King of Swords, which is about leaning towards your objectivity. And again, seeing things for what they are and not allowing the mind play tricks on you. So that's one of the strongest focus for you this month, because the energy is very, very murky. You have here the Eight of Swords, and this is actually showing up as what you don't see coming for the month. And the Eight of Swords is the energy of feeling really, really entrapped. Now, the message with this card is that you are probably seeing things a lot more intensely because you're emotionally going through it, right? So Spirit is saying to realize that at times the worst case scenarios comes from my thoughts, right? And they're not necessarily what's actually materializing. So grounding, Scorpio, a lot of grounding energy that you need to really focus on, okay? And it shows right here in the near future. This is the energy of the Queen of Cups. This is about holding space for yourself, okay? Pouring back into your cup, kind of being a bit selfish and focusing on your well-being. This is about being honest with yourself, authentic with yourself. And this is also about knowing when you need to pull back from being the anchor of other people, okay? And that's what's showing up in the near future. So there needs to be a very strong focus of you taking care of yourself, of you grounding, of you moving from a place of objectivity versus emotionalness, right? And then your approach here, I don't think you'll struggle with that too much because you have the Hermit. And the Hermit already speaks up being in this energy of introspection. So this is the perfect time for you to really seek within, okay? The answers are within you. And this is what the Hermit is saying. This is your approach. And again, it could feel that maybe you are potentially spending a bit more time on your own this month, but this is what needs to happen in order for you to get clear, okay? And then you have here the Nine of Pentacles and the environment. And I really love this. I feel like this is about you creating a comfort zone for yourself, right? So if this means isolating yourself so you can regulate yourself, do what you have to do, right? If this means that you need to go towards, your support system, do what you have to do. Regardless, this is about feeling supported, abundant, right? And that is available to you. It's a matter of you really seeing that it's there, right? And then we have here the hopes and fears, right? And that is this King of Cups, right? So this is where not acting out of high emotions is very important, right? Because it could be a fear that maybe you are potentially, reacting versus actually absorbing and, moving from a place of strategy. Also with the King of Cups this is all about, emotional intelligence. Same thing with the Queen of Cups, right? So this is all about taking care of ourselves in every single aspect of our lives, right? And then the outcome, which I love, you have here the Chariot, right? And this shows me that you will be just fine. You're going to overcome, and you're actually going to gain a strong momentum from this situation. So this is the month where you really get to deal with the very uncomfortable emotions. But after you're done with that, right, there's a lot of clarity coming your way, a lot of motivation coming your way. So let's go ahead and clarify, my loves. Tell me about this Page of Cups as the block. Let me get a little bit more of a shuffle. Page of Swords as a block, Spirit. So we have the Knight of Wands. Ooh, I just got someone saying come and go, very unstable, unreliable energy, someone that comes and goes. Does that resonate? Someone that comes and goes. Are you dealing with someone like that? And you have here the Three of Pentacles. It seems like you're trying to collaborate, to communicate, to work together with someone. This could be in business, but this could be that maybe you're trying to work out a relationship or a friendship, but someone comes and goes, someone that's not dedicated. And then you have here the Four of Swords. I feel like what this is saying is that you just got to focus on yourself. Got to focus on yourself. At some point, you got to put your swords away and rest, regenerate, right? And reset yourself, okay? So yeah, I feel like the Page of Cups energy is just something that, is very inconsistent, and this energy of comes and goes, right? This could be that maybe this is a wound that, continues to be triggered within you, and it comes and goes, or this is an actual person that you're dealing with. So it is very temporary, you guys, very, very temporary. Give me one with the Eight of Swords. Okay, we have here the Five of Pentacles, right? So the Eight of Swords, tough card, right? Talks about mental imprisonment, and then it's clarified by the Five of Pentacles, which is showing a state of lack, right? So this is feeling like we don't have what it is that we need, and Spirit is saying you have everything that it is that you need. You do. Everything's within you. Okay. Queen of Cups. Can you give me a little bit on her? That's the energy of the near future. Queen of Cups. Knight of Cups. I feel like this is about, becoming your own knight in shining armor, right? So becoming the person to yourself that you can be vulnerable with. So being able to be completely, fully honest and authentic with yourself about what you're feeling, okay? To be able to say, you know what? No, I can't do this today. I can't do that. I can't. It makes me feel unfulfilled. It makes me feel like I'm just not taking care of myself, right? And the Knight of Cups is like that. It's very honest energy when it comes to their emotions, right? And then we have here the Nine of Cups. Again, Nine of Cups showing up. I also feel like this is about creating a safety zone, and it kind of resonates with this energy of the Nine of Pentacles that's actually in your environment, okay? Final messages for Scorpio. What do we have? Final message for Scorpio. The final message for you, Scorpio, is the Ace of Wands, okay? And this is about really finding the motivation to do what you have to do to better your situation. Spirit is saying that at the end of the day, the answer and the action has to come from you, right? You're the only one that can set this match on fire. So please remember how awesome you are, and remember how strong you are. And just remember that this comes and goes. It's not going to stay like this permanently. Don't go so hard on yourself, okay? So with that being said, my beautiful Scorpios, this is the reading that I have for you for November 2025. Let me know if this resonates. If it does, drop me a comment down below. Share with me what part of the reading really worked for you. And with that being said, I will go ahead and see you guys on the next reading, okay?